And our kids get to watch us all day long, being drawn back into our screens. What do our behaviors teach them? We may not be paying attention to them when they need us to. So I decided to hit the road and get some answers about what these devices are doing to us and how they're impacting the younger generation who's growing up in a fully connected, wired world. Most people I talked to said they were, quote, addicted to their smartphone and could not live without it. So is this a real addiction? And what is an addiction anyway?
I would say addiction is a loss of control around a particular behavior, whether it's ingesting substances or alcohol or engaging in a particular behavior. So it's a loss of control, and it's a pattern of having a loss of control that's negatively impacting your life.
So what about looking at our phones 150 times a day? Is this an addiction? Are we screen addicted?
To us, it really is addictive, compulsive behavior. Just go to a meeting or go to a restaurant or go to an airport and look at the people and see them glued to their screens as opposed to paying attention to the people around them.
It affects our personal relationships. It affects our love lives. It affects our ability to concentrate and our personalities and how we work and really, who we are. And I think that makes it one of the most pervasive addictions and potentially dangerous ones.
Ultimately, people have free will. They have, the ability to put down their to put down their phones. But I think these companies are doing everything they can to short circuit free will, and in a way to make us forget that we ever had it in the first place.
When we think of addiction, we think of substances, something that you put in your body and it changes the way you experience the world. That's been true of addiction for centuries, millennia, forever basically. But things have changed, so now addiction can also apply to things that are behavioral, where there is no substance. And that's what I'm interested in. A behavior that is so well designed, an experience that is so well engineered, that you can effectively become addicted to that experience in the absence of any drug. And that's really where screens come in, because most of those, the vast majority of those experiences that are addictive, happen on screens.
I think we're actually being too cautious in recognizing this as a problem. And think about it very simply. All of the aspects of gambling addiction are present. In fact, those are the exact mechanisms that are being built in.
And this is why checking our smartphones all day may not be our fault. In fact, it may not even be the devices, but what's on it. Most apps we use have been designed to monetize our attention and keep us logging on as much as possible. And what these app companies have learned, like gambling and slot machines before them, is that we are not addicted to the tech, but we are in fact addicted to getting rewards. Intermittent rewards, to be exact. And what the heck are intermittent rewards anyway? Slot machines. What keeps people playing them for hours and hours? Why don't we stop playing after a win, big or small? Well, this is because of what psychologists call the most powerful motivator on the planet: intermittent rewards.
Now, you might imagine intuitively that you want rewards all the time. You go do something, you get a reward, you do it again, you get a reward, and so on till the end of time. That's actually not that interesting to humans or any animals, really. What we like is unpredictability. We like randomness.
Many years ago, influential American psychologist Professor B.F. Skinner ran experiments to help us all better understand our behaviors. He used animal subjects, in this case a pigeon, and made it peck a button to receive a reward of food. He found when the pigeon received a reward every time, or even on a set schedule of every 3 times, it would not be as interested in pecking the button and would burn out quickly. However, when the food came randomly, say every 10 pecks or 6, the pigeon became hooked. It was the anticipation of the reward that made it peck more frequently and for much longer periods of time.
And that's why people gamble for hours. If you made those machines such that you knew when you would be getting rewards and you'd get small drip-fed doses of rewards, people would stop playing. So it started with these slot machines, and then video games started to build in some of these elements. And so I think my sense is the hierarchy went from gambling to video games, and now you can also take it from the world of social media design.